What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you represent. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you be in the loop first. Also, fam, if you want to skip the line, you can jump into the super chat like LillieDLive just did. When you jump into that super chat, it guarantees that your comment will go noticed, and it's because it stands out. So I am going to check out the super chat first, and then I'll go into the regular chat. But first, I'm going in on this subject, fam. We knew that something like this was going to happen. Now, it's not happening like, this is one of those things, is it live or Memorex? This happens to be live, but it ain't what we thought it was going to be. That's what I'm trying to say. But we know that this is a real reality, right? So shots rang out in Louisville, Kentucky on today, Saturday, as hundreds of members of the heavily armed militia, of heavily armed militia groups, opposing militia groups, converged on the city to protest police brutality. Louisville police confirmed that 3 people were injured after someone discharged their gun. And this was by a member of the NFAC, which stands for Not Fucking Around, an all-Black militia. They gathered at Baxter Park shortly before 1 p.m. The thing is that it doesn't provide, the news report doesn't provide much information after that, which makes me assume that someone probably inadvertently squeezed off and shot their own members, because only NFAC members were injured. And they're saying that an NFAC member discharged his weapon, his or her weapon. So that's pretty much it as far as the actual news report, where they talked about some other things, talked about the background of the leader of NFAC, which is Grandmaster Jay. But other than that, just a bunch of talking from the sheriff and other police officers and all of this stuff. But also in attendance was the 3 Percenters, a far-right militia group who called on its members to be present on Saturday to act as a security force during the rally. This group is known for supporting gun rights and opposition to government tyranny, and for his presence at white supremacist rallies like Unite the Right in Charlottesville. So, you know what they're about, right? Now, the last rally that, in fact, showed up at, they had over 1,000 members who showed up for the rally at Georgia Stone Mountain Park to protest Confederate monuments there. So this particular rally was in support for Breonna Taylor, who was murdered as a result of a police no-knock warrant search. These fools at the Louisville Police Department rushed up into this woman's house. Her boyfriend fired a warning shot. The police say that they in turn returned fire and murdered Breonna as she was sleeping in her own home, fam. Imagine having your door kicked in and a bunch of thugs just run up in your house and start shooting. right? Like, so are we at a point to where we're supposed to wait to see, make sure it's the police before we start shooting? Or we wait until the shooter shoots us? We wait until the thug, the criminal, the burglar breaks into our house, takes aim at us, shoots us, and we cannot return fire until we're absolutely sure that it's not a police officer. So since then, uh, the Louisville Police Department has announced that they have discontinued no-knock warrants. No shit, Sherlock. It should have never happened in the first place. You know how it happened? Because you have scary ass people in the United States who will fall for anything and they'll give up their rights as soon as the police say, well, we need to be able to do this so we can catch the bad guys. And your dumb ass be like, yeah, get the bad guys, get the bad guys. So you give away a little bit more of your rights. And then as soon as they get you prepped and tell you how dangerous it is, as soon as they can put one incident in association with some type of initiative that they wanted, some type of law that they wanted passed, bam, they'll use that and plaster it everywhere. And then once again, dumbasses be like, okay, they got to do it. I mean, they got to do it to protect our rights, So you constantly giving up rights. I mean, so shit, in a minute, a person ain't gonna even have a right to change their mind. You're gonna have to ask for permission to get up and, go to the bathroom, turn on the television. It's gonna be crazy around here because everybody is so damn afraid. They feel like they gotta have somebody watching over them at all times, which the police do not watch over people at all times. The police does not prevent crime. The police respond to crimes. This is what some of you have to understand. But when you're living in a bubble and you live in a community where all you see is the police, everything cool, and police is waving and they don't mess with you, so you think they ain't messing with nobody. They don't bother you, so you feel like they're not out there bothering anybody. They're not harassing you, so you feel like they're not harassing anybody. So your dumb ass just give up rights, left and right. Just allow them to run rapid and do whatever they say. And, well, if the police said it, you need to do it. Comply or die. So that means that whatever the police tell you to do, you gonna do it. Police say, get on your knees and suck me up. You gonna do that too? Because some people have that type of mentality. Like, you should, whatever the police tell you to do, just do it. You know what? If you had done it, that wouldn't have happened to them. That's the mentality that they have. So these guys with the NFAC went out to Louisville with a show of force to demand that her killers, the three thugs that ran up in our house that had uniforms on and guns and badges, be held accountable. They want them arrested, charged, and eventually convicted and thrown into prison into a cage like the animals they are. Going into the comments, fam, let me see what y'all got to say. Lee, cheers to my favorite news provider. All right, appreciate your wisdom. Appreciate that, Lee. Absolutely. Got a new member, fam. Who is that? Bromfield, newest member to the WillieDLive channel. Welcome, Bromfield. Family, I see some new people on this channel who have not joined the channel. You cannot be trying to hustle this information. You got to go in once you get on here and you look at me and you say, yeah, you know what? That's cool, dude. Click, hit that subscribe button, fam. Like this is not a one-time thing for you. Some of you guys just got over here and you're checking me out and you're saying to yourself, yeah, I like what he's doing, but I wonder if he's consistent. I'm not going to just be a subscriber just yet. I need to check out a few more shows. No, homie. You know, this is real. This is authentic. Go ahead and do yourself a favor now. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. In fact, don't put off next in the next hour what you could do right now, because I got plenty of videos that you can go choose from. I believe I got somewhere in the neighborhood of over 2,000 videos. I can't even remember how many videos I got out there, but I'm here, fam. So if you have not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now, and make sure when you click the subscribe button, you hit that bell right next to it and select all notifications. If you don't select all notifications, you may not get any notifications. So that information is for the people who's already been subscribed to the channel. Got another new member just joined, Brent, what is that, Brent Alves? I believe that's Alves. What's up, Brent? Y'all show Brent some love, fam. Alexander Williams just joined. And yeah, and Jeremy Jones just became a new member to the channel. Show him some love, fam. Pi Joe Jordan, what up, Pi Joe? Appreciate you. Pi Joe Jordan jumping in the super chat on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Well, actually evening now, and night, depending on what part of the world you're in. I haven't seen my international people chime in yet. Got a lot of international people that check out the show. Respect to NFAC. Overall, it seems like today was a success. More and more books. Absolutely. Miss Michi is on moderator duty. She ready, cocked and loaded for the trolls. Oh yeah, today is gonna be a good day. Yeah, come on with it, trolls. I dare you. Let's see. Jarvis. Who is that, Jarvis? No, it's Javius. Never heard of Jarvis. But what up, Job? The no? What up? Okay, Alexander Williams is straight out of H-Town. Greetings to my fellow Houstonian. I see Mr. Detroit in the building. Tariq Smith says 100 in fact. Stephen Price, I see you, Steve, appreciate you. Jack, what's up, Jack? Jack says, Willie D, you stand up and fight the good fight. Great channel, appreciate you. Absolutely, it's always a blessing to feel appreciated. Tracy Manning, what's up, Tracy? Appreciate you, Tracy. Got another new member to the channel, G-Meg Group. Welcome to Level 1. Family, when y'all see those new members joining, man, y'all make sure y'all show them some love. Make them feel welcome. It's all good. Who is that? Harlan Owens? Harlan Owens, welcome to Level 1. Serena Santiago, what up, Serena? Serena in the building, checking in. If you're just not joining the channel, also, who is that? Naga, California. What up? I see you. If you're just not checking out the show, we're talking about the 3 injured at a shooting in Louisville, Kentucky today, where rival armed militias converged to, well, one was to rally in support of Breonna Taylor. They want her killers, the thugs who murdered her in cold blood, brought to justice. This is NFAC, NFAC, not fucking around. They letting them know they are not fucking around. They showed up at Baxter Park today, and it appears that one of the members' gun inadvertently went off. Now, this is what I'm assuming just because of the way that they're reporting it. And it injured 3 of the members. So the only people that were hit were, in fact, members. And it looks like that this was a result of not friendly fire, but inadvertent fire from one of the members. They were all sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. So everybody's okay. And so overall, I'm thinking mission accomplished. Because, you know, they like to show up, these 3%ers and all these other Proud Boys and all these type of cats. They like to show up in full force with the guns and stuff. And their whole game is to try to intimidate people. You know, they want to intimidate. And some of them, you know, want to kill, want to hurt people, bully people. That's what they do. You know, most of them, they're not going to strike unless they got an advantage. They got to have a clear-cut advantage to have that heart that they act like they got, right? To have that patriotism that they act like they have. They have to always have an advantage, you know, and the advantage comes in forms of numbers, size, or weaponry. They got to always have one of those: numbers, size, or weaponry. Other than that, they don't even exist. And this is why they're so violent, because they feel inadequate. They really do feel inferior. They feel that they have no control. So like a little baby, like little kids, the only way they know how to respond is to act out. You know how when you don't give a kid what they want and they just start screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. You know, that's how they do. And every now and then they spank that ass and they get right. They just get right. Just miraculously, they get right. Who is that? Unit number 5150. What up? What's up, Thomas B? Calling someone who's doing the work an agent is a deflection attempt to save face because you're not doing anything. Who are you talking about? Black people need to arm up and get more ammo. True story. What's up, Crystal? Crystal G, newest member. Tasha Higgins, newest members to the channel. Show them some love, fam. Show the new members some love. Angela Ray. What's up, Angela? Connie Patterson. A lot of women joining the channel. I appreciate y'all. Tiffany Buford, newest member to the channel. Who is this? Gorilla Kid 78. What's up, homie? Appreciate you. Scorched Earth Firearms Training. That's what I'm talking about. Black people need to follow that guy. Black people need to arm up and get more ammo. John Short, newest member. Show him some love, fam. Is it Asmodeus? Would you agree that behind every fortune story in America lies an even greater crime? Oh, absolutely, I agree. That is a very good question. Absolutely. I see you, LaShawn Thomas. What's up, LaShawn? That's the homie right there, LaShawn. Just contributing on the black top in Arkansas. That's what's up. Deshaun. Monica Green in the building. Looks like Monica is, where you at, Monica, the UK? TS9, welcome to level 1. TS9, welcome to level 1. Byron Webb, what's up, Byron? Taya? I bet you I'm right. Taiyah, Taya. I think that's Taya. I think I got you right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Megastorm 64. What's up, Megastorm 64? Keep it up. Absolutely. SJ, I see you. SJ. SJ say Tariq always calling people agents. Seems like he's throwing rocks and hiding his hands. Byron Webb says, Willie D, I love what you represent and what in fact represent. Keep up the good fight for freedom. It is time. That's what's up, Byron. Appreciate you. Yeah, I saw what Tariq had made that comment about in fact. And, you know, I spoke to that brother and, you know, personally, I haven't seen anything to indicate that. So maybe I have to be enlightened. If there's something out there, I have to be enlightened. But, you know, I'm going to, you know, need more information before I can even try to like intelligently speak on something like that. Because one thing that I refuse to do is when I see brothers, anybody out there riding for Black people, sacrificing anything, you know, I'm gonna give them a little bit more latitude than anybody else because, you know, for me, you know, because we're under attack, we're under constant attack, I know that it takes a brave person to defend Black people, you know, in this country. You know, we are not the dominant race here, you know, we're not the dominant community or society, you know, so there are people that's a part of that clique that will see you defending Black people and they will try to destroy you. They will try to discourage people from doing business with you, associating themselves with you. They will try to bring harm to you. So typically, if I see mainstream media, if I see them not liking a person, typically I like that person. It's just a simple rule for me. It's just pretty simple because usually they like whoever is against Black folks. Whoever is useful to Black folks, they typically like. But if you stand for something, you stand on something, and you're about defending yourself and your community by any means, and you assist the Black community, oh man, they're gonna call you all kinds of names. You're gonna be at risk. If you put information out there for Black people to help Black people, like you can put information out there for anybody, there's no problem. But the minute you start riding for Black folks, it's gonna be a problem. So that's why when I look at Black people that have platforms that's doing something, and I see the ones that are out there really putting out information where they're trying to help us, not just act, not faking, acting like they're helping us, not the ones who act like they're with us, but they take the time out to attack all the Black leaders. You know, you got those type, right? They'll act like they're a Black leader, right? And on the cool, they're really the agent. Their whole job is to go around and find other Black people that are doing progressive stuff and trying to tear them down. That's what they do. You dig? So you got to watch those type who front like they're Black and they're pro-Black, but their job is really to tear down other Black people who have platforms and who are making contributions and enlightening people and putting information out there. So you got to be careful with that. So, but my main thing, when I see the ones who are out there doing it, if they make a mistake or they say something out of pocket or they say something I don't agree with, I don't lose my damn mind. I don't get emotional and just snap and start calling them names and stuff like that and all that, because I know that none of us are perfect and we're not gonna agree with everything each other says. Some of these cats feel like you got to agree with every single damn item, every single line item with them in order for you to be authentic, be true to the people or true to the cause. And we're not a monolithic people, you know? We're gonna have differences of opinion and we're gonna say things that offend each other from time to time or that each other don't agree with from time to time. And we're gonna even sometimes do dumb stuff because none of us are perfect. But if overall I feel like you are actually for my people, I'm gonna look at the totality of your work. I'm not gonna just look at one incident or one thing you said and then lose my mind. You know, I'm not that emotional. I'm not that type of dude. So that's the way I rock, fam. So, like I said, I haven't seen any information. I haven't received any intel that tells me that that group is not for Black people. So, you know, I'm not going to speak on something like that. I do know, you know, and what's crazy is that I spoke to Tariq just recently, and you know, Tariq on the front lines, you know, so that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that, fam. You know, I'm not gonna even get in that. I think if it's something to be worked out, they'll work it out. You know, if not, you know, then, you know, they won't work it out. As Jay says, I know those brothers from InFact would protect me and my children if I was out there. That's a fact. Black Duffy John InFact by searching up info at Black InFact. Info at Black InFact. T100, appreciate the work you put in. Appreciate you, T. All love. Let's see. Monica Green. Jamie says, question, do you ever have an open forum to discuss matters with the opposite faction? Look, I don't mind having a discussion, but I'm not into just frivolous debate. I'm not into just talking just to be talking. You know, if I feel like you want to have a discussion to just talk solutions, that's fine. But if we can have opposing views and if we want to talk solutions, I mean, like I'm talking about like progressive solutions, that's fine. But if you just want to just talk shit, I'm not into that. I'm not gonna get on no forum just to yeah, and then yeah. And then when we leave, we're even more divided than we were when we first started talking. Or we're in the same place. We're still at an impasse. Either way, we're at an impasse. And we haven't gotten any closer together. And that's what a lot of these forums are designed to do. They're designed, in my opinion, to entertain. They're not really designed to move forward. It's not designed to move the culture forward. It's not designed to move the country forward. You know, it's not solution oriented. It's about entertainment. And that right there, I don't have time for. This is why I would not meet with a Donald Trump for under no circumstance. Like he can't call me and say, hey, Willie D, look, yeah, you know, I know we've had our differences, but I'd like to invite you to the White House. Now, fuck you, bro. I'm not trying to hear that because I already know action speaks louder than words. I don't listen to what he says. I watch his work. Like you ain't got to listen to what I say. My work in my community is well documented. I got like records of me donating money to cancer societies and community centers, you know, for decades, you know, like being out on the front lines, did the marching, did the protesting, you know, at the Republican conventions, you know, Democratic conventions, standing outside for days, holding signs, giving money, lending my name, doing all kinds. I've been doing this for a long time. This ain't something I just started doing when I decided to do a YouTube channel. You know, I've been doing this. I've been at work. I've been putting the work in. So I'm not a fan of just talking. Yeah, you know how when you talk to somebody and you feel like they're not listening, you know, and you just feel like you're just wasting your time. That's how I feel about these debates with a lot of these cats. Like, debate you for what, bro? You know, for what? Unbought, unbossed. Newest member to the channel. Daryl Lightfoot, what up, Daryl? Oh, and let me back up for a minute. I communicated with the brother, Jam Master Jay. I didn't talk to him, like actually talk to him on the phone, but I did communicate with him. But yeah, I did talk to Tariq on the phone. But yeah, man, you know, I think that we have to, like I say, I can have disagreements with people and not necessarily like certain things that a person say, but overall, if I feel like they're actually for our people, then, you know, I'm gonna give them some latitude, you know. But if I identify them as somebody that's just not for us, they're not for us at all, then I'm gonna go get them. Simple. But I know one thing. I know that when them brothers grab them guns and go out there on them streets, I know they're scaring the hell out of a whole lot of white folks who are typically not afraid when they see white people with when they see the white militias and they see the dudes out there, the white boys out there with the guns, they don't get afraid, you know? And keep in mind, the white boys is just exercising their Second Amendment rights. So if they're not afraid when the white boys are doing it, why are they afraid when the black guys are doing it? What's up with that? And so if you have black guys out there that's making white folks afraid, you know, it's kind of hard to believe that they're agents. You know what I mean? But maybe I don't know. Maybe Tariq knows something I don't know. I would like to know what that is, though, because as far as I'm concerned, the brother's all right with me. Who is it? L. Scotty. What's up, L. Scotty? Zachy Storm. What's up, Zach? Ramesis Hamilton. Welcome to level 1. Show Ramesis some love, fam. Ramesis. It's a bad name right there. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. Mumford Babies, Maltese. What's up, Maltese? Blessings, I'm a little confused. I went to join your Patreon and it told me I was already a member. I thought each channel had their own personal one. Anyway, I love listening to you. You make a lot of sense. I'm about to come back to, let me snapshot that so I can come back to that and make sure that I can fully understand and address your issue. All right. But I appreciate you though, homie. Appreciate you. I'm for babies. Is Dinkamon? Dinkamon. See. Old head deuce. Old head deuce. All right. What's up, Brandon Gaither? Unit number 5150 says, the 99% need to stand up with the Black lives and the working poor and shut it down, yellow vest style. Shut it down then. Public Enemy come to mind. Jonathan Kidd, welcome to level 1. Jonathan, appreciate you. Show Jonathan some love, fam. Newest member to the channel. So it was that Dinkamon says, Willie D, what up, homie? What's up, Dinkamon? I'll tell you something else, fam. You know, I know we talk about buying guns a lot, but Black people should start investing in pawn shops and gun stores. You heard what I said? Destined to be great. That's what I'm talking about. Name like that, you can't help it. But Black people should invest in gun stores and they should invest in pawn shops, because now you have certain people that don't want to sell guns to Black folks. Now, that right there should tell you, fam, you know, how what we're dealing with and what we're up against. You know, if everything's all equal and if it ain't no racism, there ain't no oppression, why are they refusing to sell guns to Black folks? I mean, Black people who have a legal permit to buy a gun. You know, Black people who are well within their rights to own a gun. Why won't they sell them a gun? So we need to have our own. We need to own our own pawn shops. We need to own our own gun stores. And I bet you right now, that would be one of the greatest investments for an entrepreneur, to own a gun store. Own a gun store or a pawn shop that sells guns. Like I'm talking about like this, that would be an excellent game to get into right now for a Black entrepreneur. Own a gun store. You know, like, so anybody that have problems, you know, okay, just go right over to that store, bam. At least you know if you do get turned down, it won't be because of your color of your skin. Ayo Tundi. Ayo Tundi. Welcome to level 2. Mom for baby says, check your cash app. All right. Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you. Where are we here? Yeah. So every single service or product that Black folks purchase, that should be a Black person with the ability to sell it to them. You understand what I'm saying? That should be a Black person who is available to sell that product or service to them. Every single service or product. So if you think about, something that you know how to do well, or, something that you wouldn't mind doing, or that you have some type of knowledge of, shit, go for it. Like, don't just always be looking to sell to everybody else and wondering how you're gonna get in. I mean, go for the low-hanging fruit. When you start a business, start with your own. That's gonna be your first customers. Your family members, your friends are gonna be your first customers. And then you take it from there. Sometimes we always like looking to have everybody else support what we do first. We start thinking too, it's not that we're thinking too big, but sometimes we're thinking too broad, when we need to focus, on that niche. Focus on the niche. Like, let me get the niche first. Let me get my core base down, my core clientele base down first. And then you spread it. That's how we did with the Ghetto Boys. We was like, okay, eventually we want the whole world because we know Ghetto Boys are all over the world. But we're gonna start right here in Houston. For me, it started on my block in 5th Ward. It was in 5th Ward is where I got my start. I started rapping on the block in 5th Ward. Then I started going to the South Side, competing in talent shows. Then I started doing shows in Dallas before I even put a record out. Then I got a record deal and went in the studio and told the whole, went in the studio with Brad, who y'all know as Scarface, went in the studio and made a record with Brad. Well, me and Brad wrote the lyrics, but Bushwick was in the group too. But it was us three as rappers and Ready Red as the DJ. We went in the studio and we told the whole world about what was going on in Houston. We said, this is what's going on in Houston. Not nowhere else. We was like, this is what's going on in Houston. But we knew that what was going on in Houston was relatable to people outside of Houston. When you start talking about police brutality, insufficient living, unemployment, murder, rape, discrimination, bigotry, love, success, failure, money. Look, these are topics people can relate to all over the world. And everybody can relate to that struggle. There's more people that have not than have. So, and I'm talking about when I say have not, I mean that have access and excess. There's more people that have not than have. So we knew that our story was going to be relatable, but we started with Houston. We started with Houston. We started the promotions in Houston. I used to go to the park on Sundays with the street promoters and pass out my own Willie D CDs and my own Ghetto Boy CDs. I used to go up to the DJ booths at some of the R&B clubs back then. They wouldn't play hip hop at R&B clubs. They thought they was too special. I would go up to the DJ booth and tell the DJ to play the record. Nah, man, I can't do that, man. If I play the record, I'm gonna lose my job. Well, you won't lose your job, you won't lose your teeth. These are some of the things that was necessary for us to break hip hop in Houston. But we started in Houston. And then the music migrated to Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Jacksonville, Jackson, Memphis, Chicago, Detroit, Dayton, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus, Milwaukee. You know, it was boom, 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 just going like that. Like, well, actually it started in the South, then we went up Midwest, and then we went to the West Coast. We got the West Coast, and then we got the East Coast, because the East Coast is usually going to be the last to the party if you're not from the East Coast. They got a strong hold on supporting their own first. And then, but if you're outside of the East Coast, typically you're going to have to get everybody else before they come to the party. It's like the East Coast is like that person that popular person that everybody invites to everything, but they're like, well, who's going to be there? Yeah, okay, the South coming? Yeah, we got the South. Okay, you got the Midwest? Yeah, and the West Coast going to be there too. All right, okay, I'll come. That's the East Coast. That's the way I see it. But I guess it's a little different now, you know. But it was totally like 30 years ago. I mean, the East Coast. I mean, it was very difficult to get a song played on the radio if you was not from the East Coast in the East Coast. It's totally different today, but back then, shit, man, yo, we were the guinea pigs. We had to open those doors, us and NWA. We had to open those doors for what you have now, where music is being played on East Coast radio. Yes, us, NWA, and Two Live Crew, You know, then you had Short. I mean, you had a lot of people that made contributions, but like we made contributions when you think of the South, primarily, you know, busting in the door on radio. People tend to think of Ghetto Boys. You think of the West Coast, people tend to think of NWA, but there were other groups that also made strong contributions from those regions. Yes. West Coast, Ice-T and Short. Yes, absolutely. And then but I'm talking about more than anything the ones who got the music to the radio in the East Coast. Like, you know, which of those songs from these different regions was actually in rotation, you know, in New York, you know, because I know Mind Playing Tricks was one of the first songs outside of the East Coast to really dominate, not just be played on the radio, but to dominate radio. Like that song was played in rotation for 6 months straight. You know how hard that is to get a song played in rotation for 6 months straight? That is very, very difficult to do. 720X, appreciate you. Keep up the good work. Yeah. Destined to be great. I like that name. DJ Alias says hip hop today is garbage, no lyrics, and the beats all sound the same. I gotta disagree. I hear what you're saying in theory, but if you really think about it, you know, when you say hip hop is garbage, keep in mind that J. Cole is a part of hip hop. And I'm talking about the most recent artist. J. Cole is a part of hip hop. Kendrick is a part of hip hop. You know, Lupe, while not as new, it still reminds me of somebody. He still has that new energy. Is a part of hip hop. Drake is a part of hip hop. These guys make good music. These are guys who could have competed in the golden age in the golden era of hip hop. So if you just say hip hop is garbage and they're part of hip hop, then that would be inaccurate, right? You know, and I know that I'm missing a whole lot of artists. Y'all just don't hear those artists. We don't hear those artists, but they're out there. It's a lot of good artists out there, but you know, the radio, man, they just tend to highlight a lot of the bubblegum stuff, you know, the stuff that ain't nobody saying nothing, you know, so, but, you know, I don't think you can just make that type of statement. That's a blanket statement. That's like when somebody makes a blanket statement that says, black men don't take care of their kids. And every black dude that I know in my circle, all of these dudes are close to their kids, every single one of them. If they're not living under the same roof with their kids, you can't tell the difference because they're always with them. So we have to be careful about generalizations. But I understand the frustration. Thomas B. Those throwing mud on the in fact are the same people who always talk about the code. I don't know what code they're following. You read kind of slow. You okay, Willie D? I thought you were, where is it? Okay, see now you know why I read kind of slow. See these, what y'all don't understand is I'm reading chats and I'm reading people, oftentimes people are not really using proper punctuation when they're writing stuff. So I gotta try to dissect and decipher a lot of what people are saying. But I do read slow, but not that slow. You dig? Vic Gaines says they do make good music, but ain't nothing like the old school hip hop. Okay. I was trying to find the rest of that message where the guy said, somebody said I read slow. But here's the thing, check this out. I'll give you that. I read slow, but I comprehend fast. See, that's what it's about. See, a lot of people can read fast, but they don't comprehend fast. You see what I mean? So, and I do, I read slow a lot because I want to make sure that I'm understanding exactly what it is I'm reading, and I'm not just skimming through stuff. Because I've had people to read stuff, and then I'll be like, you understand what I'm saying? You know, did you get it? Or I'll say, what did you get from that? And they'll be like, well, I got such, such, such. And I say, yeah, but that's the gist. What about the rest? Well, let me read it again. See? Liggity Lord says, you are a GOAT yourself. East Coast black hip hop artist did not control radio. There was always love from the East Coast for the South. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't always love. I'm telling you, it was not always love. Remember Run DMC had that song where they said, I think it was Sucker MCs, and Run DMC said, you need to go down south, you need to shut your mouth. Remember that? That's a diss. He's saying go down south. It's almost like somebody saying go to hell. You know, you go to hell. That ain't a good place. So if you're having a problem with somebody and somebody tell you, man, you need to go down south, that don't even really sound like a good place, right? So it was that type of energy oftentimes from New York artists. And, you know, I have friends of mine from the East Coast that are in the music industry, that are rappers, who helped to break those walls down early on. You know, who showed us a lot of love very early in the game, in the very early stages of the game, showed us a whole lot of love, like Chuck from Chuck D, you know, Public Enemy, Flav, and all these guys, their whole crew, the S1Ws, all these dudes, you know, they showed us is that right? S1W, it's called S1W. But y'all know what I'm talking about. But they showed us a lot of love early on. And they showed us a lot of love when other cats that was on at the time did not. And it was clear that was tension. But you know, they came around, and I think when people learned to respect us, I think we earned our respect because they realized that we were real spitters, you know? And, you know, once it wasn't just about the record sales, it was like, oh man, listen to what these dudes are saying. Because I've had reports where people, you know, like Puffy and Big has been in the studio, and I've had calls with people saying, man, Puff and Biggie is arguing about, you know, who the dope is out of you and Brad and this and that, and they listen, you know, such like this song, and such was saying, man, this is the coldest thing that they ever heard, and blah blah blah. So, you know, and this is many years later. You know, this is probably like after we've been in the game, what, maybe 6 years, 7 years, but it was a battle to get that respect. That respect didn't come automatically. $720X says, down south rappers, pioneers talk to you, with you, like you were all in the conversation, not at you. Sullian 55, is that a setback that 3 got shot by accident? It's a sad day in proving that we're serious. Shit happens, bro. You know, like there have been situations where expert gun users have accidentally shot themselves and others. So, you know, that's the risk, you know, when you're dealing with guns. There is a risk that a gun could actually accidentally go off, can accidentally be fired. Again, I know situations where expert gun handlers have accidentally shot themselves and others. So, and keep in mind, these guys are most of these guys at least are former military. So they know how to use guns. They know how to use guns. Michael Daniels, what's up? Akeem Big Shack, Jamaica in the building. What up, Gwen Crandall? Warren, what is this? Tellisford? Warren Tellisford says, Uncle Ralph McDaniel played Ghetto Boys in New York City on Video Music Box. Plus, a lot of hustlers in my neighborhood in Brooklyn played My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. New York hoods respect the Ghetto Boys. That's what's up. And the Ghetto Boys respect New York hoods. Queen Jet Black says U.S. military have friendly fire all the time. Exactly. Unity or else says accidental shootings happen in the damn military. Relax. My point. Yeah. But you know, man, you know, they're black. So, you know, they're going to be held to a high standard. You know, when you're black, you got to be perfect. Can't make no mistakes. Got to be perfect. Oh, wow. Robert the God says, I accidentally shot and killed my first cousin in 1995 on Christmas Eve. Damn. Sadly, accidents happen. Whoa. You know, I accidentally, I was hunting once and with my buddy and my damn, my rifle dropped. You know, I don't know how it slipped out of my damn hand and it went off. You know, it slipped off my hand and engaged and boom. And I just froze and I looked around, I looked at him and he was still moving and I'm still searching. And I know how a gun, I know what it's like to be hit by a gunfire. So I stood still for a moment and I was like looking around and I was like, and we were like out in the woods. So it was really, really, it was like loud. It was like a cannon. And I was like, damn, you know, close. So yeah, accidents does happen. Somebody said cops shoot themselves and each other all the time. Serena says, I miss good radio. What happened? You could turn on the radio and there was always something good on. Hip hop, Ghetto Boys, slow jams, Prince. Yeah. You know what I see the biggest difference in with the music? Like we had, I think a lot of times people in, our era, well, who grew up in our era kind of tend to forget that sucker MCs have always been around, right? If they hadn't, Run DMC would have never made the song Sucker MCs. And I think that song was made in the 80s. So Sucker MCs have always been around. Everybody that came out in the 80s and the 90s could not rap. Everybody was not good. Everybody was not good. The difference is the bad rap couldn't make it on the radio, but maybe once every 4 months or so, a bad song would play in rotation. And that bad song was more like a goofy song. It was a parody, so almost like a parody. It was made to be goofy, made to be silly and not taken seriously. And you had one of those songs per quarter, per 3-4 months, one of those songs. That's it. It was meant for comic relief. And I won't even say 3 months, probably every 4 to 6 months, more to say. So every 4 to 6 months, you get a song like that. The difference is today is flip-flop. 90%, 9 out of 10 of the songs that are in rotation are goofy, not to be taken seriously. And a good one pops up, about 1 out of 10 times. One that's really saying something, that really has some substance. That's the real difference. And you can attribute that to primarily the program directors. The program directors and the consultants. Because actually the consultants tell the program directors what to play. And you got like 2 or 3 consultants who are usually white, telling all the radio what to play, per genre. So you got two or three consultants, like national consultants, telling all of these stations, these black stations, what to play. It's a cold game, fam. That's how it go. It was a Sunline. Sunline. All right, fam, I'm about to shut it down. I've been on here. This is one of the longest shows I've ever done. I normally don't stay on this long, but it was a pretty spirited exchange, so I stayed on. I see Canada in the house. Guyanese, call out some final shout outs. Troy Johnson, what up, Troy? Who was it? Jay Prophet. Bromfield, Lee, Alexander Williams, Brent Alves, Jeremy Jones, Kimmy Gigi. Can't believe I got your notification. YouTube did it. Yeah, that's what's up, Kimmy. Appreciate you. Pajo Jordan, Stephen Price, Tracy Manning, G-Med Group, Harlan Owens, Serena. It's Serena Santiago, but Serena is a regular, so I always just say Serena. Unless I see a different Serena, I'll just say Serena. Gorilla Kid, Tiffany Buford, Connie Patterson, Angela Ray, Jay Worth, Mr. Rick, Tasha Higgins, Crystal G777, unit number 5150, Thomas B, Scorched Earth Firearms Training, John Sharp, that's Mosdius, it's Madius. LaShawn, I see you. Monica Green, TS9, Taya B, Byron D. Webb, Megastorm, SJ, Daryl Lightfoot, Unbossed, Black Duffy, Avon Amos, Anon Amos. Actually, that's Anon. Okay, Jamie Moore, Monica Green, Julius Johnson, Black Duffy, T100, Zach Dorsey, GSH Everything, El Scotty S, Ramesis Hamilton, Zachy Storm, Mom Fur Babies, Dinkamon, Jonathan Kidd, King T. Where's Lily? I know Lily was one of the first people to, there she go. Yeah, Lily. How did I miss Lily? Okay, maybe I don't know how I missed it. Okay, so King T, Ayo Tandi, Abel, Destined to Be Great, 720X, Michael Daniels, Thomas B, Sun Lion, Unity or Else, and that'll do it, fam. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, family, no more talk.